Welcome back to the channel. We have Dawson's Den here. This is a pallet little building he made out of some scraps that I had. It's got 1, 2, 3 pallets. Some, I think they're 2x4s that were put together from a project. I think they were colored green that we took apart from somewhere. And then some old siding from another project. Some metal roofing from another project, all things we repurposed. And he put this little stand together and we sold camp wood out of it. And he made bundles, and the recent ones we were selling for $3 a bundle. It's about the size of a 5-gallon bucket size, 10 pieces or something. And we're going to convert it over to a firewood. So instead of wrapping them, we're just going to place them in loose. So we'll put a $10 pile, $10 and a $10 if they want to bend down there. I see the pallet's seen better days, so probably have to put a couple screws in it. And he's got his little truss box here on the side. And a couple dollars here and there, it helps. And then it's going to help the, the locals here that want a little bit of firewood and don't want to buy a full cord, face cord, worry about a delivery. They can throw it in the trunk of their car. So what I'm going to do is I brought the chop saw out. I think it's going to do the best job. I slid the base down on this stand to that stop, which is 16 inches from the blade. So I'm going to cut 16-inch stuff. And we got some old cants here. They're cracked, damaged. This looks like a rotten one. Won't be using that. But we're going to go through this and cut all these damaged ones up. And I think what I'm going to do is toss them into the dump trailer, and I'll have a load. They're calling for rain tomorrow. We don't have any leaves left. And winter's setting in, so I'm going to be using them. You can see them burning in the garage right now. They burn really nice, and they're fairly dry. The moisture content's really low. And what I like about them is they don't have bark on them. And so you don't have to clean the stove that often. See, there's a cherry in there. Stuff's going to be great for burning. And the sharp points I'm not real interested in, but I might try to use that end first and give them a cut. Let's set this up. We'll see what we got. All right, I got my stop block on 16, I believe. How close is it? Pretty close. And so 16-inch, as long as we're up on here, we can support it. Grab our piece, throw. And I'm not sure if I want it left side or right side. Probably be nice to have it the opposite direction, but there's no stop block on that side. I'd have to turn around, work backwards and turn. That'll get annoying. But what I like to do is just throw them right up into the dump trailer, and I don't have to pick them off the ground again. And then when I go to stack them, if I stack them on a pallet or what, I can tilt the dump trailer up and they slide to the back and I can grab them. You got to cut down the labor on the firewood, so let's see what happens on this. I want to see how much I can get done here in about, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. See what happens. And then see how much of an arm workout you get, you know. The trailer might be a little far away. It was already parked there, but I might have to back it a little bit closer. And then if they're pretty close, I'm going to count it. Just slide them. This one here, that's an oak. It's kind of a shame to use them, but look at it, it's pretty rough shape. Pretty rough. Broken up. See, that's going to be some nice burning stuff right there. And it's fairly dry. I would say the trailer's a little far away, 12 feet or something to throw 400 of them. This blade, I think it's a DeWalt. It's been in there a long time. I got a new one. I don't want to use it for firewood, you know. And then, even if I cut these down for kindling, it'll work great. I might throw it in the bucket, so I think I'll grab a barrel or two. The short cutoffs, I'll drop them in, and then this kindling in another one. The trailer, I think I'm going to move it a little closer so I don't break my shoulder after a while throwing that many of them. And I'm going to see how many of these I can get done. Well, this system seems to work good. Instead of moving the trailer, I just moved the chop saw back, but makes me walk a little farther. The thing when you're doing firewood, see, there's the kindling. This took about 10 minutes. And there's probably 150, maybe a little more in there. And you see the quality of them. Like, it's a shame to cut some of this up. That's cherry. Look at that. But the ends are damaged. Forklift drove over them, whatever. Split, cracked. Some of them are a little bit smaller. But being at 16 inches, if they're square, they stack well. And if you want to do a face cord, if you stack them super tight, you're getting more than a face cord. So they do take up a lesser space. The quality of these are pretty rough. So the only use for these would be firewood. There's a few of them, like this one's really bowed, cupped. There's a few of them in here that's got like 4 feet of good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and gather all the crappy ones and cut them up first. And then maybe I'll start on the split end, like on this one. You see we got about 50 inches, almost 60 inches of nice 4x4, and then we got that. I might set it in the saw and chop this right up, and then when I get down to something that's really nice, just stop. Don't cut them. And that one, of course, is busted on the end, big knot hole and a long split in it. So that's, you know, burn. And we got some crap in here. It's going to be good for kindling. And so this is going to work out pretty good. And what I want to do is cut a bunch of these up, get you dizzy here, and come over, do a couple adjustments on this little shed. And I want to see, a face cord is 16 inches by 48 inches tall by 8 feet long. This is about, it's a pallet, so it's about 4 feet deep. And if we go, I don't know, say we go this high, it was probably 2 feet high, and I put them in, I'll probably put them long ways because I don't want them rolling out at people. And, you know, for $10 worth, they're getting a good amount of wood. And so it seems real fair. We're not going to bundle them because you can't pick that much weight up. And so we're going to try this. If it doesn't work out, we're not selling it. We're going to adjust the price. Maybe I'll cut it back. Maybe I'll get orders and say, hey, I want a face cord of it. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. A little bit of gas money, a little bit of Dawson's college money. He's a senior now and he's considering college, and it's big and pricey, as everything else is. So every dollar counts, and that's why I'm out here today. I got a little job to do later, but right now I got a little time to do some firewood. And so this is pretty good. Like that one there is maple. That one's cherry. We got some real nice oak in here if I can find it. We got, that's oak. Let's see here. That's oak. Look at that stuff. You know, that's pretty good quality, and they burn a long time. I've been running them in the garage for about a month now, and they do not leave a lot of ash. They burn up well. I don't have creosote buildup. I'm really pleased with burning this stuff. My only thing is I don't have a place to store all this. You know, if I could have a building that I can just put my wood in would be great. You leave it outside, gets wet, it's crap. And if they're in 4x4 lengths, I mean sizes, then there's no air space between them, is what I was getting at earlier, is when you stack them, there's no air. So if they get wet, they're going to freeze together, and we don't want that. The carport here, we threw some deck boards I had from a project on there, and then some rolled roofing paper, synthetic, because I got a few projects in there and I don't want them all wet. I got to get the tractor parked in there for the snow coming up. We're expecting snow in a couple days, I think tomorrow night actually. So I got to think ahead on all this stuff. What I should do on this trailer is build a little roof over it. And this is 80 inches wide inside, so I need like 82, 84 inches. If I could do even roofing steel across the back of this, then I can store a lot of wood right in here and it won't get wet. Otherwise, the tarps blow off. You know how that works, right? And this trailer didn't come with a tarp system. I never bought one. But if I had a nice tarp system, that would be great. But usually they're not wide enough to go down over the sides. They just cover your load from blowing off, you know. So it's all in the setup, guys. We got to do some thinking, some practicing, see what works. I do want to get, I went through quite a few of these right now. So if I had a whole day, I could probably cut these up. And it's not too hard on the saw. And it could use a new blade. I don't know. It looks like a fine tooth blade in there, but it's a 12-inch. And it's cutting pretty nice. And the stop block, you don't measure anything. It's really fast. And but the goal today was to get some of them cut, get them put in this building, organize, figure out how much we're going to give people for the money. Because if it's selling for $75 a face cord, I want to give them their $10 worth. So I want to measure, make sure they got the right quantity. And like I said, hoping we'll pick up a couple buyers, locally buyers that want it. And once they burn this stuff, I think they're going to realize without the bark on it, you don't get the bugs. There's no nails in it. You don't get a lot of mess when you're dealing with it. You throw your 4x4 and there's nothing that comes off from it, you know. So let's see how much more I can get done today. All right, 35 minutes. Let's see what we got done here. Check it out. Probably got 300 in there. We got half a trailer if I want to heap it. So it's just over half a trailer level here. So that's pretty good. And you can see when I'm cutting them, a lot of them are splintered. And just got to be careful they don't fly up and hit you. But because they're split and dry, they're going to burn good. And I think what I'm going to do on the 16-inch little stuff like this here, I think I'm just going to tell them take a handful of some free kindling, help them get their fire going. So not bad. We got some decent looking wood in here. That's going to burn nice. It's dry. Got maple here, cherry. We got red oak, white oak. I thought I saw a couple ash in here. It's hard to tell if they're gray, but Okay, there we have it. I got 2 rows in there on either side. I'm not going to put any on the bottom yet. I don't know if people want to get down on their knees or not. Maybe. So I'll start off with two rows. I threw a bunch of kindling in here, about 20 pieces on either side. They can have them if they want it. But see, the quality of this stuff should light awesome. And I know for a fact it burns good. Hot, and there's very little moisture in it. You know, nice and dry. Fits a hand nice. It's larger than a campwood. 16-inch lengths. It should be neat, you know. So we're going to try that out tonight. It's a truss system. Hopefully it works. Dawson's got his little cash box here. And what does it say? Thank you. Truss system. I don't understand what it says. I can't. It must be another thank you or something. I don't know. And then place money here. Thank you. But anyways, it was up in there and I had to move it out so they could find it. And I put a little light on here. See if it works. Gotta cover the sensor up. It does work, but I can't get it dark enough without a piece of tape. So maybe when they walk up to it, it'll pop on if it's after dark, after 4:30. We're going to test it out. We'll adjust the price. We may increase. We may decrease. We may decrease the quantity. We may increase the quantity. I'm going to see how they sell. Throw a comment down below. See if this is going to help Dawson's college fund. He's in a senior year now and he's applying for colleges. Some kind of engineering, we think. And a couple dollars here and there, it all helps. It gets rid of this pile. I've gone through half of it. And I don't know what I got, an hour and a half now. And see how much we got. So probably, I don't think all that will fit in here. But it's going to give me a good start. And then, like I said, maybe people put in orders, say, hey, I want 10 of them or something. And maybe I can sell the whole trailer load. So thanks for watching. And we'll see you soon, guys.